What's up, everybody? Welcome to Fantasy Sports Now. Today I'm talking to you about shortstops, undervalued, breakouts, and sleepers. We have a whole series of these going on, and like I've always said, this is quick content to get you the names out there, talk a little bit about them. We're not spending hours talking about these guys because we don't need to. And with that said, let's get into the content. Undervalued. So to me, again, undervalued are guys that might appear in the top 10, and guys that I just think that should be taken earlier than others. Let's just jump right in. Perfect example, okay? Carlos Correa. I understand we don't like Carlos Correa. He's kind of a jerk. He is part of this embrace the cheating kind of thing, and nobody likes that. Guys, nobody likes what Houston did. Nobody likes what happened. Nobody likes the fallout. Some people took blame. Some people just embraced it. And this is kind of the guy who embraced it, and we don't like that. However, I like winning fantasy sports. I think you do too. And I think that I can overlook all of that to take him at 122 average draft pick. So if you're going to go up and look at his stats right now, what you're not going to see is what he did in the playoffs, and which was absolutely mash. Okay, him and Altuve went absolutely bananas in the playoffs, which you're not going to see on the stat sheet, and neither will anybody else. The only people who are bringing that to you right now is me. So go look that up, because he went insane, okay? So to me, Carlos Correa had a little bit, well, not a little bit, he had a bad regular season, which put him into the, oh, well, he must have been cheating category, which I'm sure he probably was. But honestly, based on that playoffs, he could end up right back into the top 5 conversation, and he's getting taken this late. Like, let's put that aside, not because we need to forgive Houston, and maybe we do, but I want the title at the end of the year. I want the trophy. And if this guy can get me the trophy, then what do I care? You know what I mean? He's clean now, I think. So let's put that aside and move on. Let's win some fantasy leagues. Next guy is Bo Bichette. Okay, this isn't so much a undervalued guy as it is like a don't be afraid to take him. A lot of people, I feel like, don't know Bo so well because he's kind of fresh out of the minor, kind of like the AA minor circuit. Highly regarded prospect though, guys, I'm telling you. Average draft pick, honestly, here looks pretty good. I just want to tell you to not be afraid to take him. I think he could be a top 3 guy as shortstop coming out this year. Toronto's going to be much improved. They're going to get a lot of games at Yankee Stadium. And honestly, like, his upside is going to continue to skyrocket. He might be the best shortstop in, well, Tatis. Put him in the same kind of category as Tatis, maybe a step below. That's what you're getting when you're signing up for Bo. So if people are letting him slip, snag him, baby. All right, breakouts. Raul Mondesi. He'll always be Raul to me. Changed his name on me. You know, Raul's easiest to say, so I'm sticking with it, and I always will. I actually had him in my Dynasty League as a minor leaguer, and ended up cutting him because everybody did, because just nothing happened with him. And then all of a sudden he broke onto the scene, you know, and then he kind of faded away again. But let me tell you, this guy can hit for power. In 2019, I think he hit 20-some-odd bombs, but he also steals a lot of bases. So if you're looking for a guy that can do literally all the things that you need in fantasy sports, Mondesi is your guy. Ranked 15th. The average draft pick actually looks more appropriate than the ranking, because the ranking at 15th is preposterous. I can't even imagine. I don't have my list here, but like, who's in front of him? Because he does everything on the stat sheet. So especially if you're in a category league, this guy's gonna go off. And I know he plays for Kansas City, and they're trash or whatever. So is Detroit. So you know, forgive me, but Mondesi. All right, moving on here. Gleyber Torres, pretty sure I spelled his name wrong, and I apologize. But listen, this guy had a terrible season last year. He, from what I was told, he showed up out of shape, like a lot of people did. I'll look up Gary Sanchez. The guy doesn't know why he was benched. Come on. So Gleyber Torres, he's coming in, and honestly, I think that he not only could be in the top 5, he could be the best shortstop in the league this year. He hit 30-some-odd home runs in 2019. He was the number 2 prospect behind only Vlad, who was the best prospect that I have ever seen. So Torres, honestly, like, if you believe that he can bounce back, he's going to bounce back in a huge way. Honestly, Torres, I'd rather have than Mondesi, and I'd rather have than almost any shortstop, and you're going to get him for so late, and he's going to have a huge year, guys. Next, Tim Anderson. Tim Anderson is kind of like the guy everyone forgets. It's like they don't want to believe that he's actually good, but he is. He's good. He plays for a really good team, and I'm pretty sure he's going to lead off. Nick Madrigal's going to hit last, so it leaves Tim Anderson up front, 1 or 2, and they have an absolute beast of a lineup. This park is also very good for Tim Anderson, and he's just going to continue to do what he does. The average draft pick is, in this case, behind Mondesi, which to me actually seems a little bit right, but Tim Anderson's rank is 9th. So Tim Anderson, honestly, is a guy that people forget. You shouldn't forget, because you could wait on shortstop and capture up any of these 3 guys, and I would like them just as much as anyone you could have taken 7 to 10. So target these guys because they continue to have upside and they'll continue to hit and do everything. Sleepers. Alright, let's get into the sleepers here. I actually didn't believe in this guy at all coming up from the minors. He didn't seem to show power, right? And we like guys who show power. So for me, Andres Jimenez got traded to, and this needs to be updated because he is not on the Mets. He plays for the Indians now, and he's going to play rather second or short, depending on how they decide to play them. But he'll have shortstop eligibility. He had a really big season last year. He really broke out of the scene and looked just really good. I'm actually kind of surprised they moved him, but for Lindor, I mean, come on, you got to do that. So for me, I didn't necessarily believe in him coming up, but he's proven me wrong so far, and there's not really much reason to think that he's not going to continue to do that. He's going to make me look bad, and he's a sleeper you guys should be looking at. Wiley Adams is a guy that I feel like is another guy that people just forget. I mean, look at his average draft pick. It's terrible. 292. In 2019, he actually had a really good year. He hits for power for a shortstop, and if you're looking for like a late bench with high upside shortstop, Wiley Adams is going to start every day at shortstop for Tampa Bay, and it seems like he can only improve as he continues to go on. 2020 for some was kind of a lost season. You could take or leave it. So I was kind of looking at 2019 for him, and I think that he could really take off. Now, this is your deep sleeper here. As of right now, the Reds have claimed that they're trying really hard to get another shortstop in Cincinnati. The reason is because Jose Garcia is their starting for shortstop. So why is he on my sleeper list? If Jose Garcia actually starts for Cincinnati, you might see something interesting. It's hard to say. He's one of these guys he's big. You know, he's going to hit for some big power. He just doesn't seem like he's ready just yet. But if he does actually start, and if he does click, it is possible. Look at this average draft pick, 655. If it does click, he might be starting this year. And if it does happen, you're going to look like a genius. Honestly, I would not draft him in the draft unless it's a super crazy deep league. Just keep an eye on him. If he continues to be the starter and he has a good first week, then pick him up, because he's going to go so high. He's like a Juan Soto kind of guy, you know. Anyway, appreciate you guys. If you found any of this fun or relevant, just let me know, and I'll see you guys in the next one.